Hi everybody, it's Isabel Rosa. I'm going to do a quick tutorial that was requested from one of my favorite students. They wanted to know how to do a little more complicated watermark. So we're going to go ahead and do one of those real fast. It's super easy, super fun to do. You can always make it more customized, but we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you a place where you can get some pre-made ones to kind of work around with. So we're going to go ahead and start, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our internet here, and I'm going to go to a site called Skuju. It's an awesome site for people who aren't very good at making their own design elements. It's $10 per month or $100 per year, and sometimes you can find them with a 50% off, where you can pay $5 for life. And they do it pretty often, usually around holidays and such, so it's good to catch them on that. So go here. You can go through here and they have all kinds of things to go through. We're just going to do watermark. Might need to do logo. Here's a couple. Let's try logo. Alright, so here's a lot of really nice graphic logos that we can choose from. And you can always mix some elements from other logos if you decide to. Let's say we're going to make a photography one. Let's say this one's kind of nice. Let's go look at what else do we have here. There we go. That's a cool one. It's like an old one there. We can even get a little more designy here and say we like the backsplash on that. I'm going to do one with a camera. You know what? On the first page they had a very simple one that I've seen a lot of people do use this one. This one here is pretty nice. So I'm going to go ahead and open that. And then you gotta make sure you have a profile and you just download. It's going to ask for my details. Do that. And I'm going to download the other one. Okay. And then I'm going to open my downloads here, and here it is. Pretty cool. So what we can do is, if you don't have these fonts on your computer, because you do need the pre-written fonts, they'll have like a text of where you can go to download them. They're usually from free sites. And I think I actually have these, so you can just double click. Can I open? Hold on, let me close that. Double click here. Do you want to update these layers now? No, not right now. Okay, and then let's open the other one, the PSD file. Double click. No. All right. So I have these two here, but I want to use elements from each. So let's go ahead and start with this one. Actually, it doesn't look like I have the texts. Okay, hold on. Let's go in and find out where these texts are from. Alright. Sometimes they won't be there. Hopefully they are. Oh, don't look at that. You should be able to just open URL. There we go. That one. That one. I'm just right clicking and you get that, and then you can download them. Here, download. It wants to make sure I'm not a bot, which is interesting. Well, I always hate those. Oh, there was a whole nother thing. Okay, I took it. Cool. And then you can just open the file, and then it's the TIFF. You just double click the TIFF and you can install font. And then sometimes you'll have some minor problems. If you just click it and install check, it'll resolve the problem on its own. Alright, and then this was the other one. Nope, it was not. This is the other one. And just double click that, install font. Might be telling me I already have it. There we go. Cool, so we have the fonts for that now. So now we can go in and just still says I don't have it, doesn't it? I might have to reopen it now that I had reloaded those. Hold on. Thank you. I was like, I don't want to go. Don't make me. So let's go ahead and reopen these. It's still not working, guys. All right. So the next thing is to relaunch Photoshop. Sometimes when you load things, you might have to restart. All right, let's try again. It's good because now you can troubleshoot too if you end up having the same issue. So you can, because it's in my recents, you can see that I was editing a fashion shoot last. You should be able to, and I'm gonna lie here, it's not gonna work, right? Well, that didn't work, did it? All right, well. Okay, that one worked because I didn't download these layers. We didn't go in and download the thing on this one. We did this one, which is fine because I don't really want the lettering from over here. I just want the watercolor. So there's 2 layers of that. So I'm just gonna shift click both of them, create a folder, and then I can just drag and drop it over here. So now I have that. Command T makes it smaller. There you go. And if you want to be able to see the background on these, you can create a layer and pull it to the bottom, and then just paint drop in the background there. So you can, when you're done, you can just delete that layer. So that's what we have right now. And we want that group to be under the camera. So just drag that layer down, and then here, and then let's go in here. I have a long name. Over here. I'll put on. I actually want to move. So you can kind of move. There you go. Move some of these around. And then your camera here is on its own layer, so you can move that around. Photography has been grouped in with that, so you can move that around. That's actually a good spot. So Command Z and put that back. And you can change things like if you want to get rid of the gold foil, or say you want to get rid of, maybe you don't like that heart, so you can go in and just erase the heart. You can erase it or just make a masking layer. Double click to invert, and then it kind of just hides it. So if you decide you want it back later, it's still there. It's just hidden. Say we want to move that gold foil heart. Just select it there, and it's still on the layer. So what if we put it here, and then rotate it to be slightly curved like that. And then what we're actually going to do is, before you do that, here, Command J, we'll put it on a new layer. It should anyways, Command J. I'm lying. Let's move it back here. Hold on, let's put it up here in La La Land. And then we're going to select this here. And then we're just going to mask that out here. Invert. And now we can move that heart over here. Command T makes things smaller. So the box is so big because the circle is still there. It's just hidden. So if I decided I wanted it back later, it's still there. Apply. There you go. So that's like a simple, easy way to make a little more complex watermark. Instead of just typing out your name and such, you have the camera and all that stuff there. So what you would do now is you would, before I made it into a PNG, which makes it easy to drag and drop onto your images, if you wanted the color and all this to be just like this. I like to make brushes. All my watermarks are brushes. So to do that, you go to File, excuse me. Should have been File. Bum, bum, bum. Why is it not working? It's right, define brush. Okay, hold on. Edit. There we go. Define brush. And then you can change the name of it, Isabel Rosa 2, because I already have one, so I know what it is. Hit OK. Now it's a brush. So I'm going to shift click and put all of this into a grouping and then hide it. And then come back over here. Make sure you're selected on your new layer and make sure your brush isn't white. Let's make it teal. Excuse me, somebody's at the door. Or by the door anyways. So now you can see you have the heart, and you have that backsplash background. It's all going to be one color, and that's why a lot of people would like to keep, I'm going to open recent and open up and edit there. So say you can just do that. You got your watermark. You can change your colors. Pretty cool. And it's just in there. So when you drop down, here's my watermark. I have a super easy, simple one. But you can go in there and find, here's a watermark for a wedding company. So super easy. So now if you want the watermark and you like the colors, so what you would do is you would delete that background layer, so that way it's clear like that. And then you would go to File, Save As. I'm going to save it to the desktop, and then I'm going to put logo. You want to make it a PNG file. Here, save, save. So now it made it, here we go. Here's my PNG file. So what would happen now is if I want to use that, is I could take it, drag it, drop it in here, and now it's going to be just how you had it made. So it has all the colors and everything exactly how you did it, but it's got the clear background, so it doesn't have that white. So you can use this as a colored watermark, or if you have a website, you can upload it to your website and it won't have the background, so it won't have the big white block blocking anything. So those are the two ways that you can make a watermark or a logo for whatever you need. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment. I'm on Facebook and Creative Techie. Thank you for watching.